Right, I've got a special one for you today. So we're at a friend's place in Pontefract, and we're having the door fixed. Remember rightly, I've got a problem where over the years it's dropped, and it's dropped a few mil, and it's now catching, and it's not nice. So we're having that repaired and a new one fitted. Right, so here we go. We're at Wild Camping Vans. Man of many mysteries. He's got all sorts, just been showing me all sorts of stuff and inventions he's done and everything. So there's a few vehicles he's got in at the moment. We're thinking of getting the Land Rover in for some sliding boxes. So today he's helping me fix my door. So if you remember, the door hinge has dropped, so he's going to help me. Says he owes me a favour because I did some filming with him a good while ago now, and there's a lot of hits, bless him. So yeah, we'll go around his factory in a bit and have a look around. So, skilled craftsman at work. That's not me then. So yeah, we're stripping that out, and then we've got this one to fit. The new one, but it's got no holes, so we need to drill that one when we got that one off as a template. And the other news, the truck's sold, so we've just got the deposit.
I need to get some
champagne. So yeah, while I was here, just had the deposit paid, and he's picking it up in a month's time. So he's just making himself some room, and that's the truck gone. Well, we hope so. So we've just done all the paperwork. We're sending him over receipts with DocuSign and everything. So yeah, I think this one will be a genuine one. He's been over, he's seen it, loves it, done. So
I think we should ought to get in front of
don't waste good beer.
Oh, we should have got Chaz to film it.
Oh what?
Chaz,
All right.
I'll... Yay! He sold it!
We hope so. That's enough of wasting beers.
It's alcohol free.
Oh, you can get rid of it then.
How chuffed are you, fella?
Ooh, that's Bulgaria sorted now anyway, so...
It's got to be a weight off your mind.
Yeah, just
It's going to be sad seeing Millie go, though.
No, because there's going to be a Millie too.
Millie too?
There
You're
will be
making
a
that
Millie
out
too.
there?
Yeah, well, don't know yet. You might be making one in here for me.
I'll definitely be up for that. Definitely up
We've
for
got
that.
to do lots of planning yet, so we don't know what size of vehicle to go for yet, because I can't have my grandfather rights in Bulgaria, so I might have to downgrade to a van yet.
3.5 tonner.
3.5 ton. Well, they may be jumping up to 4.5 like they're doing in the UK. So yeah, watch this space.
I smell a beer.
It's alright, it's alcohol free.
There you go.
That's the old knackered one. Oh man, look at the size of it. You sexy riverheads. So yeah, tried and tested and it's working. We've got a door what shuts perfect.
We can do it with confidence now we know we've got it right.
That's it. Right, test the door then. It's beautiful now.
I used it earlier.
Yeah, it just clicks shut now. You don't have to. No, you don't have to pull the thing. Just push against it. Useless.
Oh, like that.
That's it. So we're all done. Yeah, no more yanking it everywhere.
I always do it like that because it's still got the lock, so
Now you can just push it now. Yep.
Yep, that's about that.
Recording, so you're going to have to start speaking. So here we are at Jason's place. We're at Wild Camper. What is it?
Wild Camping Vans.
Wild Camping Vans.
Yeah.
And so we're going to have a wander around his place, and he's going to explain all the bits and bobs what he does. So what vehicles do you do?
We'll do anything. So it's on a commission basis, but we like to think that you've been here all day, so
Yeah.
you've managed to see 3 of the vans that we're on with, but right from the get-go, we do things differently. So we insulate a van differently. We don't ply line anything because we've ripped enough ply lining away to know that they've got mushrooms or black spores behind them, giving you that certain smell. We've eradicated that because we've been using this system for about 12 years now. We don't like the 4-way stretch, so all our material, if you wanted to, you could jet wash it, but aesthetically it still looks nice and luxurious. It has a good feel to it. And our lighting systems and our electrical systems, we do that totally different to save power and to be more user friendly. A lot of what I do, I don't know if this is PC, but a lot of what I do has been done with the idea of somebody with acrylic nails. So everything has to be really easy to use. We don't want to alienate any demographic, so we want everybody to enjoy it. So much so that we've created a build system and we make our own components. So what historically a few years ago an average fit out cost might have been 12 grand, we can actually do it for 5 or 6. So we've done a lot of conversions now, and you'll see them on the internet for £5,000, and that means that you're getting running water, fridge cooling system, your bed, your sofa, everything, your heating, your kitchen, all for £5,000. There's not many people that can do that. We genuinely want to support people in getting out there and just living this life. So when it comes to Friday, you're excited about what happens. This has happened to me a few times where we've had people come and have the conversions done, being very surprised at the price point, but after the fact, I like to see how people are coping, so I'll ring them up a few weeks afterwards. But one woman rang me up. She was that excited about having it. She said, "Thank you for giving me my husband back." And I've had that many times in many different ways, but she explained it like this. It comes to Wednesday and he's thinking about where he wants to go. He's on Google Maps finding places to wild camp. By Thursday, he's packed, he's sorted. This particular fella finishes at 12 o'clock on a Friday. He's upset with her if she's not on the doorstep at 12:30 when he's got back. Because he's done everything, the camper's ready. He says by 3 or 4 o'clock, they're somewhere amazing. They're at a seaside, they're on top of a mountain, they're at the side of a lake, and come 4 or 5 o'clock, he's got a beer in his hand. He's not had to set up a tent or anything. They've not had to sort out what needs sorting in the caravan because it's a camper van and everything's there. You'll see you've seen from our system, everything has a place. Hence the reason why we've had our special hinges manufactured for us, things like that. There's so many small things that we've had done that just make it easier to use one of our campers. Our campers are very user friendly. I live this life and I hate with a passion rock and roll beds and side cupboards.
Yeah.
Reason being is when you pull out the rock and roll bed, you can't use anything else in the camper. One of my friends, not a friend, but somebody that I know, owns one of the very large companies that convert the VWs, and I expressed this to him, and a couple of years ago he very proudly says, "Come and have a look, we've changed how we do them. we've took on board what you said, and what you said was correct. So now he's got a cupboard that opens above the bed. I says, but you've not thought about it. All rock and roll beds are uncomfy. People have mattress toppers, and because mattress toppers take up that much room, they leave the bed up. He'd not left enough room for the mattress topper. I said, well, it says, not everybody uses them, and I recently went on a forum and it reckoned that 87% of people with rock and roll beds use some kind of other sleep system on top.
I remember my V-dubs, I used to even have one.
Yeah. So because if you can't roll up a 2-inch mattress topper, because it's the same size as me. Where are you putting that in a VW?
I know.
So people tend to be lazy and leave them up, the beds, which means that you can't use the rest of it. And he said, forget it. He says, walk away. He says, don't go anywhere near my customers. Don't be telling them how I've spent, he'd spent, because he was a big company, he'd spent a lot of money rejigging how his CNCs worked and all the rest of it. And he was gutted when I pointed out this simple failure. I think so many camper van companies are literally designed to fail. And the bigger guys, they actually build in obsolescence. So they know that in 2 or 3 years' time, people are going to be coming back to them. I know some of the sales reps that have worked with some of these companies for like 20 plus years, and they know every single customer. These sales reps don't have to work for a living because they know that somebody's going to come walking through the door in 2 or 3 years wanting the next new sexy whatever it is.
Yeah. So, I mean, so vehicle-wise, you can sort of do any vehicle from cars right up, don't you?
We've literally just done our smallest ever. Normally I do big race vans, but we've just done our smallest ever, which was a Citroen Dispatch, smaller than my car.
Yeah.
So it was a Citroen Dispatch van, and it had a load length, I think, of 2 meters 300. I think the load length on that, which allowed us to actually make a bed and still have a toilet that pulled out at the side when the bed was up.
Yeah.
But our bed system happens very, very easily. It's not a kerfuffle like a rock and roll bed. You don't need arms like Arnold Schwarzenegger to pull on one of them straps. We've reinvented how foam works, believe it or not.
Oh yeah, you were showing me that, weren't you?
Yeah, we've reinvented how lighting works. We don't do electrical fit out. So this is how we used to make our foam back in the day. So we wanted to, what you sit on and what you lay on for sleep are two different things, but obviously a lot of people use the foam that they're having at the time. So we CNC'd this. I've got a cushion in office and I call it my £10,000 cushion because of the mistakes that we made in getting to this point. But this is what we used a lot. So it's got that feel of memory foam, but it'll bounce back unlike memory foam, and it won't make you too hot like memory foam. But we've upgraded this again. I don't have a sample at the moment, but we've got a few people out there that have had them already. But we've created a bellow inside with the CNC router now, and we've got holes that come all the way through here, holes that come all the way through here. We've just added this, so this backing is highly breathable, and it's a spring foam. So now this goes underneath the mattress. Yeah.
So if anyone knows, so this is a new version. I've never seen anything like this one. So your most for under your mattress, if you get them all sweaty and mouldy, like most campers are always fighting, this is a new sort of product you're using, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
I mean, I've got a similar sort of one, which is all the bubbles, which everyone gets off Amazon, which has been brilliant. But yeah, it's great to see another sort of product.
And the fact that it's highly breathable, I mean, you can get... I try and do everything for a price point. I try and keep things realistic. It's like there's 110 people making camper van mattresses to fit, but they're not mattresses that are specific for a camper van.
No.
because they don't breathe.
Yeah.
And I lived this life, and I wanted something that actually worked. You'll all know, anybody that's out there, when you put your camper van or your caravan or whatever away, you lift them up so that they don't go mouldy, because you know under your mattress is going to go mouldy. Now you don't have to. We cover this with another breathable product, and I've not shown you, but we use a tensile product that is a high quality quilt foam that goes on top of it, so you've got that luxury feel to your mattress at the end. These are all high-end products that we're supplying. An average bed might cost about 500 quid, and if you get one specially shaped from other people, they're costing more than that. So we're trying to, even though we've probably invented the best mattress out there, especially with this bellow thing. When you're moving, you're creating airflow all the time, which draws in and out. Nobody's ever thought about that. This is the first in the world. People are going to start copying us. I know they are. But they're not going to be able to get this. They might figure out how to CNC foam and find... but once again, daft as it is, we've had these foams specially blown for us from rubber companies. You know, we've gone right back to the source of rubber companies, not foam companies. You'll say there's a lot of foams. We couldn't get a foam to react in the way we wanted to. There's so much research and development gone into this. We've not just willy-nilly picked up a random foam and decided to CNC it. Everything is specific.
I mean, this is just one of hundreds. We've spent the whole day here, and he's gone round, and it's everything is custom built. Everything you've invented, no end of different products and different things for campers and different sizes and to do in different ways.
I mean, this is all for sale now. We used to convert vans like your average camper van. But most camper van companies, they buy products and fit them if they can, whereas we make our own sinks. We make three different sizes of sinks.
Even the taps are all modified and changed.
We've made our own taps. We've make our own special motors to feed the taps. But you'll know, like the SPEV 922, the average one that's got two glass tops, every man and his dog. But once again, these are from caravans. To me, the big, you're talking like 350 by sort of 800-900 wide. It's big when you're in a small space. Hence the reason why we make our own sinks. So our sinks utilize that small space. We have another thing that I like to do, it's a personal thing, but a lot of people get on board with this. If I'm in a camper van, I don't want to be reminded that I have to cook, that I have to do a job. So my kitchens, predominantly 90% of my kitchens are hidden. So they'll either pop up, slide out, or whatever, but they're hidden. So we have sinks that slide out, we have cookers that slide out, and we try and make most of our campers safer. So that means no LPG, there's no pressurized gas systems, and you can do that. There's many different ways. We can use biofuels and things like that. There's so many different ways to go with cooking. You can cook with diesel. You know, there's so many different ways that we can do that without using pressurized gas. Pressurized gas is just another unsafe thing. And for people that are going abroad, you can't always get the correct fitting of gas if you've ever been abroad. So people get unstuck by doing that. So our system allows you to go anywhere in the world and you can use whatever you want. Best in the world.
So this is like your cover, what you do your mattress in, you say?
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, it feels nice.
and that's what we do. We put that on the bottom of the mattresses. So once again, we've had it made breathable, and it's got these rubber things, so it won't slide all over the place.
Yeah. You were just explaining about your conduit. This is your attention to detail, what you'd go to, don't you? So, like you were saying about if it's electric fire.
Yeah, not that you would get an electric fire, because we've got over 26 different cables rather than an average camper van company having 4 cables. But that, if it set on fire, it'd shrink.
And then puts it out,
Yeah.
But I mean, I know everything you've thought about putting into, there's always a reason, even from chemical wise. What was some of the stuff, I mean, even like you do all the cleaning products, but...
So most people use like a web tack to...
oh yeah, for your sprays and glues and stuff, wasn't it?
But when they break down, there can be carcinogens, and they've got some nasty, you know, they'll kill the fishes and everything, you know. There's many different nasty, you know, unsafe for humans.
Yeah.
And we're spraying this inside your little tin can that you're having converted. It's real dangerous stuff. We've stopped using that.
Yeah, and you're on.
We've now got an eco-friendly version, and it won't break down and it won't give you cancer. Unlike, as soon as I realised that this stuff was cancer causing, I was ringing every glue manufacturer that I could find, and there was only one glue company that was willing to work with me to make something that wasn't cancer causing. And it astounds me that people in the industry know about this.
Yeah, I know, and still use it.
In this day and age.
I know.
But you were simply, you were talking about things like this.
So not only just does that, it does full-on cleaning as well for everything, full detailing, and then every product as well is all basically safe.
Yeah,
you were saying you can even drink some. It's being tested. You was on about the...
This Fenwick's range, Jonathan, his dad, has drunk every single one of these products.
Crazy.
So if any of you used to sort of the Thetford Blue or anything like that, you drink that, you're going to drop dead. His dad has drunk the top and tail. I don't know of any eco-friendly product out there, but don't get it just because it's good for the environment. I've used this for many years. I actually think it's better than the Thetford Blue, especially in summer. It suppresses and breaks down what it needs to, more so than the Thetford Blue. You don't have to add any extra to that.
No.
It's all good stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, you do. You also have an online shop as well, don't you? For bits and bobs.
We're getting to an online shop. It's not quite there, but I mean, we do have a shop.
Yeah,
here.
Well, I've just bought. Well, there isn't one out. Oh, there is.
You're still using it.
Yeah, so I've just treated myself to one of these new pans. Ugh. I just got that one, a lot bigger. So.
We've got one here.
Yeah, cracking bits of kit. I've been after one. I haven't been able to find one. So yeah, and it all comes apart. So can't wait to get that used.
You've got your griddle there, and you've got your flat bit there. Very popular. Most of our customers ends up having one of these. Yeah,
well, because obviously I've got it. Obviously, the truck's now sold, but yeah. So the idea is for the next one, and then I can just use that one pan, and I don't have to have loads because
we do practically everything in that.
Yeah.
Just whilst we're on with this is a unit that we used to do for the race vans. So it was simple. It comes with a double bed system, a full-on couch, and it meant that you could get 2 or 3 bikes in and all the equipment. So we used to just slip this in and out. We don't make this. This is antiquated now, but just things like handles.
I've never seen these handles before.
We've got about 8
little locks, and then they're cool. And then these were designed to, obviously for racing, you had these boxes, you can just take the whole box out.
Yeah.
Which is just something different.
You just take it out and take it into your house and fill it with whatever, then come back and put it back in, and job's a good one. And then like a little brew shelf there, and then there's all your, every conversion comes with one of these. So there's everything that you need for cooking, all in a nice little compact compartment. But the thing that we're kind of proud of is the fact that we have two, this might sound silly, but it's necessary for me, I reckon, two different locking mechanisms. So this, if you were parked up, you want your drawers to open all the time, but they're quite happy shut there. You wouldn't want your cupboard to be open all the time, so you need to press the button to open it, and when you push it to, it clicks shut. And then whilst we're on with that, I'll show you these hinges that we had specially made for us many years ago, about 12 years ago now, which means that you can, we've got some of the average ones like this. So this is what a standard company might use, where you can just put the screw in the one way and the screw in the one way there. But here we put 3 screws in that way, and then we can put a screw in the side. Then we can put 2 screws in that way and put a screw in the side, which literally means if you watch that, you can swing off it, literally, and it won't break. If you did that with them, they'd break.
Yeah.
But this was before we were able to make our own sinks. So this is something like an average one that you might get. We don't do thermoelectric coolers anymore. They're either compressor coolers or passive coolers. And passive coolers these days don't need any power source. They're just really good, and some of them can last well into a couple of weeks without any outside interference. Yeah, these are just power hawks. They drain power so much. I've even had customers come that have left these on. I was going to mention a company, but I shan't. You can buy them in automotive stores and such like, and they've actually set on fire. The plug has actually melted.
I melted mine. Yeah.
You've melted yours?
I melted mine when I first started. Before obviously that was built, I had a green Transit, and all I could afford at the time, because I'd just got divorced, was a small version of them plug-in 12-volt ones with just a little fan in the top. And because I had to leave it on all day and all night, the plug melted.
So during COVID, we were testing a load of these Peltier-styled thermoelectric coolers, and it doesn't matter whether or not it's, I don't know what this is, 40 litres or 20 litres or 6 litres, they all use the same amount of electricity. So if it's 6 litres and small or big like this, it uses the same amount of power. How ridiculous is that?
Yeah.
I couldn't wrap my head around that. I was quite shocked when I found that. But something like that could drain a battery like that in a day.
Oh, they did. I mean, mine was the same. So, I mean, literally, I had to pull it out at night. So, I had the solar running, so it was powering it. But then at night, as soon as I finished work, I had to unplug it for the night because it had just killed the battery in the morning, overnight. Yeah. So, I mean, I think most people know that now, that, these are just gimmicks to put in your car.
A lot of people don't.
I know.
I had a chap the other day, he'd just bought £120,000 motorhome, and I must admit, to say it was brand new off the line, I was shocked at the electrics. And he had bought a thermoelectric cooler from the automotive shop that we're not mentioning, and I implored him, because he had a big garage at the back of his motorhome, and I said, please do not plug that into the back there. It says, because it could set on fire. I've seen that many set on fire. So I ran him some 6mm cable all the way from a battery, because to be honest, I was shocked. There was so little lighting in this £120,000 motorhome. He couldn't see what he was doing at night, and it didn't even come with an inverter.
Well, the problem is with modern campers, though, they're only designed to go straight into a campsite and plug in. They're not designed to live in, they're not designed for sort of off-grid living anyway. So most people I know with motorhomes have just spent another 10, 15 grand or more I mean, some people, I mean, they've spent a lot of money on the off-grid system, you know, just to get that peace of mind. But
this didn't even have an inverter. I'm not an advocate
No, they
of
don't, no.
inverters. I hate inverters, in fact. I think they're power hawks. They're too inefficient. Not a lot of people know that, say, if you need an inverter that's 3,000 watts for your microwave, that if you used a 200 watt product, you're still asking the leisure battery to give you 3,000 watts. So even though you're using a tenth of the power, you're still using all that 3,000 watts from your leisure battery. Highly inefficient.
so it's too technical for me.
It's just highly inefficient. They're terrible. I try and talk people out of inverters all the time. I talk people out of so many things. I talk people out of pop tops. I talk people out of rock and roll beds, and I talk people out of them as well. So yeah, I talk people. I'm probably the worst businessman out there because I talk people out of so much. We do all the things that I talk people out of, but I just try and show that like a pop top, in theory, say if this was your pop top, there, that's your pop top, and it opens like that, and you've got your 3/4 bed thing here at the side, so you don't have that space. You come here, and you can only actually stand up here.
Yeah.
So you might have paid £3,000 or £4,000, if not more, for your pop top, and you've purchased the right to stand in half a square metre. Because if you move to the side, you'll bang your head.
Yeah.
So if that's why you're buying a pop top, then no. But then some people say, I'm not buying it for that. I'm buying it for the bed. Okay, let's say you're buying it for the bed. So your pop top opens, and then if you want the bed system, you've got to slide all your panels over, so you're blocking yourself off from downstairs. Now, you're stuck in a one-skin tent. I dare say you wouldn't go to an outdoor shop and buy a one-skin tent. You'd have two skins just to save you from the elements. Now, you're in this expensive tent that's one-skinned and you're freezing cold. And then you say, well, no, I've got a night heater. Think about it. How's that night heater gonna get heat up into your sleep system? Because you've blocked it off with the board.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just use them in the summers, really.
They look brilliant on social media marketing. They look brilliant in the sales room. They're amazing now because you can unzip them and you can pop your head out and you can get that view that nobody else has got. But apart from these wonderful social media photos, they're highly impractical.
Yeah.
I'll fit them.
I don't know why they didn't actually bring out, because I used to have the old V-dubs and they used to have the Vikings, so the whole roof basically tipped, and they did the other full pop top, you know, they're good.
Now,
you don't really
sensible.
see many. Yeah, you don't see many around.
I know exactly what you... They have them on a lot of the splitties, don't they? On the
Yeah, so you have the
splitties.
whole roof will lift up,
Yeah.
or you have them to the tip the whole way. So the Viking, you could sleep 6 people in the roof.
I was just about to say, you could get multiple, because the
So you
kit...
get, 4. So you get two down the sides and
say if
2
that were
kids
top
at
of
the
your
front
van,
and back.
it would come out across there like that.
Yeah, because that's
Brilliant
what we had.
system.
Yeah, it was, and it made it huge, and you could walk the whole length of the vehicle.
See, back in the day, people weren't bothered about social media. They were just practical.
Well, I suppose there's also, if it's tipped over, you can't get your solar panels on it. So.
And it's like, I talk people into roof tents these days because I think you get more bang for your bucks, and you can get like the clamshell version. So
there's
instead of
loads,
it coming like that,
Yeah,
it
the whole lot.
levitates all the way up.
Yeah, there's so many on the market now, because that's what we're looking for a.
But even the roof tents will fold out like that, so you're doubling your floor area.
That's right, yeah.
Those are amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not making any money on the back of people buying these, but this is what I'm telling people to do. And so many of my customers have not got pop tops and now got roof tents.
Yeah.
And they're so much happier. I just try to be honest and genuine with what I say. because you soon get found out if you're telling lies or you're trying to sell something disingenuously just to make money. I'd much prefer to make somebody happy than pay my mortgage, you know, which is what a lot of people do, sadly.
Yeah, well, I know we've just been on about this with like a lot of your bits you've done in here. You know, how expensive some of the tooling and everything's gone, you know. And most people nowadays just want to make the cheapest camper they can to get the most profit.
Like all these extrusions are made specifically for me.
Yeah.
I've had them done. It's like, come in here and I'll show you some boards. So I did this trick with you earlier.
We've just been looking at this.
So you can, I don't know if your camera can pick that up, but it's just...
Let's have a look, zoom in on that. This is, where are we? Yeah, you can just see them there, the scratch marks.
And that's done with a piece of wood.
Yeah.
And then we were trying to do it with this. It's obviously not going to do it, but we got a pair of scissors. And no marks, you're just not going to damage our wood.
Yeah, because this is what you use. This is the stuff that comes out of the you know, brand new motorhomes, isn't it?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's like, you know, it was
the expensive ones.
Yeah.
The £100,000 ones.
And it just scratches straight away. So you use just this really super tough.
And our edgings are ABS.
Oh yeah, you was on about that.
And they're not knocking. If you have a look in that unit out there, you'll see.
Yeah, so you do all your edgings like this.
And it's so nice, we can even give you some curves. We can do an internal and external radius of 20 mil. Not many people have that particular machine.
No.
I think there's about 5 in the country, and I think I'm the only camper van company to have that particular machine. Yeah.
Yeah, so all sorts you can do. So
Yeah.
you're based in Pontefract, aren't you?
Pontefract, West Yorkshire, very close to Escape.
Yeah.
The ski centre. We're literally...
And height-wise, we know how high you are because my truck won't fit.
It won't fit by about that much.
Yeah, we're just a few, what is it, 10.8, wasn't it? I'm 11.5 we worked out.
Yours is the first van that's not fit in. Because obviously we do some pretty big race trucks.
Yeah, but you'll do anything now. I mean, you can still work on out there, couldn't you? So, yeah, so anything, it's got plenty of yard outside to park. But yeah, from anything from campers, anything, Land Rovers, anything you can think of, he'll do. So come down and have a chat. And,
we've got a few coaches coming in soon. I want to say Cougar, it's obviously not a Cougar. What is it?
What's that?
The coach.
Coach?
Cheetah. The Cheetah coaches.
Oh, right.
They're quite big. Yeah, we've got a couple of those coming in from Germany.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you do stuff for abroad as well, don't you?
Thanks to you now. Yeah. The one of the I'm not really going to name drop, but one of the F1 teams. Yeah. So we're doing quite well.
Cool.
Thanks to Paul and Ben Fogel.
Yeah.
Ben Fogel obviously travelled in your camper for a couple of weeks.
So story how we both met was where we filmed for Ben Fogel. I pulled up. It was was it a year on one? It was just.
Yeah. It was the week it aired on.
It was, that's right. It was a week. Yeah. So we was at Salford. He was parked up, and he was outside me with your wife, wasn't you?
Yeah.
And he was in a car camper.
Car camper. We were doing some
and it was
filming
winter
for
as
that.
well, wasn't it? It was a bit chilly.
We were happy. We
Yeah.
were very snug.
So you was all set out, all fully set up with his.
Our car camper started at 1,500.
Yeah. So a car camper is 1,500. Is there any VAT on that?
It's all in.
All built in. So that's how cheap you can get on the road with a car camper system. So, and then you can tailor make budgets, you know, for anything. So come and have a word and see what.
And we are very different. We don't, because I live this life and I'm quite inventive. That's an understatement.
Yeah, I know. We've done nothing. Well, the door took us probably half an hour to do, and we've taught the rest of the day.
At least you've got a nice new door that actually works and fits.
Yeah, it nicely shuts now. So that'd be nice for the new customer.
It will.
I'll get a month out of it, so until I hand it over. But yeah, I mean, so anything you can think of, you can sort of work something around it.
I mean, it's
You'll probably design a new tool to do it anyway.
well. To be fair, the next thing that we're inventing is an affordable composting toilet that actually works in the real world. That doesn't. There are some amazing ones out there, but they all tend to be over £1,000.
Oh, they have gone up in price.
I'm trying to get one to maybe be manufacture one for about £400, £500, or
So
maybe
this is
less.
where the Overlanders, because the last guy who let me down on this, that's what he wanted. So he wanted the big, the Nature's Head, the big, the big famous one, what all the Americans have. But I mean, it used to be £1,000. It's at £1,200 now. I mean, it's only a lump of plastic.
Yeah,
I mean, it's only injected plastic in China. It's probably cost 50 quid.
They're quite simple in their design, and it just upsets me that it's that expensive. And me as a manufacturer, and have so many relationships with many different factories now, I'm sure that I can get it. I've got to design it myself, so there's a lot of 3D printing involved at the moment and that sort of thing to make components so I can send them to places.
Yeah, but definitely full time and is now getting. I mean, even I'm thinking of, you know, if I kept this, my next one will have a compost toilet because it is just easier. Right now, I've got to go to a campsite
Well, you
to
don't
go and
have to
empty
empty
everything.
them for like 3 or 4 months.
No, I know, that's the beauty.
Toilet,
I've got 2 big containers in this, you know, and I've got to still, you know, it's been a couple of weeks now, and of course I've got the kid with me, my lad with me, and the missus. So before we go and meet up with her and we've got to find a campsite either tonight or tomorrow to go and empty everything. But yeah, I mean, water I'm still all right for, but yeah, it's toilets and bins and stuff like that still. So.
The trouble with the most of this toilet, aren't they?
Yeah, well, that's basically what mine is. Mine's the fancy electric flush one. I mean, it's got a big capacity, but yeah, it's a lot of people more and more are going compost. So.
And so long as you divert, and it's probably too graphic this, but if you don't let the two elements
in the
mix,
middle,
the smell actually isn't there.
Yeah, everybody says that. Yeah, because it's when they mix is when
you mix that the smell
so,
happens.
I don't know if there's anything else you want to add.
Well, we've got a specialised sewing machine that we've had specially made for us, so it means that we can actually sew 16mm plastic, which then allows us to make some very fancy plastic furniture. Which also, the first thing that we did was make our thermal curtains, our concertina curtains that I showed you earlier.
Yeah.
And the thermal efficiency of them is second to none. And these are all, it's like the mattress is an aftermarket product now, so you can buy and order a mattress from us. It doesn't have to. You don't have to get it as a camper. It's like these thermal blinds. We can make and measure them to anybody's spec.
Oh, right.
So now you can have thermal blinds that actually work.
Yeah.
Because most of them rely on either magnets or
Suckers.
those suckers that are terrible.
Because I've got one in mine. So just in that window, and it's only the silver foil. And it's just more of a light blocker.
They all fail because they've not been designed correctly. Thermal bridging.
Yeah.
So whatever happens on the outside of your van, be it cold at night or whatnot, that will transfer to
The other side, yeah.
And then that then creates moisture. Whether or not there's much moisture in the air or not, the moisture will be attracted to that point, which will then make your curtains smelly and damp.
So you can even do custom blinds then?
We can, that are thermally efficient
Yep.
and that don't rely on being stuck to your glass.
Yeah, like I said, that's one thing I've not seen many campers do.
I don't know anybody that does that.
No, I know there's a few out there doing them, but you know, I have seen your smaller sample.
There's some really nice blackout blinds.
Yeah.
And they say they're thermal, but they're actually not. The material's too thin for it to work in a cartridge way that slides on. We've gone a different system. Ours are obviously a little bit more bulky, but We make them for back windows like that, and it'll concertina into 150mm by 150mm square. And if you've got one of our campers, we actually build a space where they actually fit, and then they just pull out.
Yeah.
So that makes them not noticed.
Yeah. But yeah, just more custom work. Yeah, so
Yeah.
anything they can do. So yeah, I'll leave all the details in the description, and you can contact them and see if you can book a vehicle in.
Thank you very much, Paul.
No worries. We'll see you later.
Ta-ra.